Oh man, you said 3, 2, 1, and then start the episode.
Hit it.
Motherfucking, how you gonna do country reconstruction like that? Give it a false ass start. Motherfucking false flagging all over the field.
I mean, that's one of the most. I mean, I guess I do a 1, 2, 3 every single time.
I did like 5 and then stopped counting.
Yeah, and then
like 3.
It did nothing. I was like,
did nothing. Just stared into space.
Like the fuck. That was like the episode where he was supposed to stop the show, and we just sitting here watching him. He just looking at us like nigga in the fucking show.
Like this.
Yeah, like. No,
this is great, guys.
You have to cut the show off. What are you doing?
Turn it off.
I mean, you act like I can. Oh,
what? It's not doing nothing.
It's doing stuff. It's
my god!
It's doing stuff. I'm just hyper paranoid.
Clearly, turn your ass around. Pay attention.
I can watch it. It's good.
It's just like, but no. See,
in this setting, I can watch it.
Yeah, I understand that. But see, now you see this is the way my anxiety exists. So now that it was a problem one time, I'm going to be hyper paranoid about it being a problem every time. Because that's just how, I guess, me being a Virgo
Charles broke the system.
I didn't break a goddamn thing.
Ooh,
these weird green and gold mics don't like things.
Ever since he switched everything to the back.
Because that's...
And did things the new Charles way. We've had technical issues.
I just wanted everything on the same 4 channels on the back.
I'm blaming Charles.
Which ones did we get from whatever? And then these are like me or whatever.
All of them are pretty much new, except for like one.
These are the ones we got extra.
Like, this is the one that
the black ones
already had.
Are extra.
Oh, okay. And these are the ones we originally
Those are extra now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like these mic qualities for some, like these are different models, and I didn't think the model difference was that big a deal, but apparently it was bigger than I thought it was. Even though those look cooler,
they're probably for something different.
Possibly, more than likely.
Yeah.
But yeah, this week.
How have you guys been?
I guess I can come up with a better one. No, it was fucking swell this weekend. I relaxed. Self-care, you know what I'm saying? You gotta live an abundant lifestyle, even when things don't look the way you want them to look on the surface. Still gotta live an abundant lifestyle, kids.
Open mic eagle.
Yeah.
You know, listening to depressing rappers is not always the best thing. This is just like,
why not?
I don't know. It's just like, because Open Mic has there was a single on his last album called "What the Fuck Is Self-Care." It's just like, I have no idea what this is. I'm incapable of doing it. I am depressed. I am divorced. I have custody of my child, though. That's good.
People think pampering is self-care. That's not enough. It's not the whole shebangy bang.
Long ass week.
What do y'all think self-care is?
Making sure I'm sane.
How do you do that?
Self-care. That's like a part of it. I mean, that's how you define it, I guess.
How do you make sure you're sane?
1, make sure I get enough sleep. 2, make sure I actually don't allow things to occupy more time than they need to do. Like today, I was stuck doing something because someone else didn't pick up the phone. And it's just like, okay. And luckily things worked out that we didn't end up starting exactly on time. But still, I wanted to be here at a particular time. And because someone else wanted something to happen in a particular way, I had to waylay my own stuff. So I have to make sure I'm moving. That just leads to me. I have to make sure I'm moving in a way that doesn't allow other people to waylay the things that I necessarily need to be doing. Like, if what we did today was a want, well, it's partially a want, but I view it more as a responsibility than anything else. Like, I am responsible for doing these things. So when I have a responsibility, I tend to treat those wholly different than like wants. Like on Saturday, I wanted to go to the rookie game or the
Friday.
Friday. I wanted to go to the Rising Stars game.
You wanted it to be Saturday.
I thought it was Saturday legitimately, but the skills stuff is on Saturday. And it's just like, I'm very upset because I wanted to go see the Rising Stars game. So I ended up paying $100 to not go see the Rising Stars game because by the time I figured out the way stuff was working, it's just like I could drive down there, but by the time I go down there, drive down there, park, walk to the stadium, is like already half done. Probably.
I don't know. I feel like you should have came. Like you might have gotten there because they did a different format.
I didn't realize that until I read the article like the following day, and it's just like, oh, they did like 3 separate games.
Yeah,
I would have probably missed about a game and a half.
And that's what I was about to say. You probably missed the whole first one and about half of the second one, but if you came in on the second one, you'd have enjoyed that because you'd have seen Evan Mobley because that's who played.
That's the guy. That's who I was showing up to the game to play.
And then in the third one, you would have seen Evan Mobley again because his team won the second against LaMelo Ball and his team.
Yeah,
in the first round. So no, it was good. I enjoyed it. So self-care to you is taking care of responsibility?
Well, making sure
that doesn't sound very like nice.
Well,
to
responsibilities directly relate to my anxiety. So making sure everything is squared away and everything is like where it needs to be, and my priorities are set. Is more self-care is more so making sure my priorities align with the way my actions align, I guess.
Okay.
Because priorities and actions, like I can't, when I raise something up and I push something else down, I get really anxious about not spending enough time on doing the things that I need to be doing, as opposed to the thing that I'm not necessarily forced to be doing, but the thing that I've set to be a higher priority. I don't know how to describe the way my brain works. My brain is weird.
So you don't do anything that's like just to make you feel better or good about yourself? I'd say no. I feel like you don't like superfluous, like just
I do certain things, but then again, my problem is almost everything I do for pleasure outside of listening to audiobooks now is pretty much been folded into like this. Like I watch anime, but that's partially something I need to do now. I listen to music, but that's partially something I need to do now. I watch sports, but that's something I need to do.
We need a break, Charles. We gotta go to these record stores and just chill, all right? We're not gonna look for shit trendy. So we need you in these records. You understand?
Sure. I mean, we can do that. Sure. But it's also one of those things that and then I do this, I go to work, and then that's pretty much my life right now. Do this, go to work, and like I spend some time at home because obviously I'm self-employed, so it means I can weave some stuff in. Also go to the gym, but I need to go to the gym. Like that's a need. Even though I enjoy doing some of the things I need to do, which makes the medicine a lot easier to swallow. Like it's not like that crappy bubblegum medicine that you used to get when you were a kid.
Okay, well, Ash, how do you define self-care? Because Charles says
might be a skosh of a workaholic inside of
Yeah, we're gonna just move to Ash and see how she does.
Charlie's taking care of herself, basically. What I do for self-care. Let's see, last Wednesday or Wednesday before that, I don't remember. I just took a night off and I got an Airbnb downtown, and I got my comfort food, which is Korean. And I just vegged out on that fucking bed. I didn't have any clothes on. He was calling me. I'm like, no. There's some people's like, are you getting a booty call? Absolutely not. I don't want to entertain no nigga. I don't want a dick in my face. I don't want to pretend to be cute. I'm about to be a lazy schlep inside this Airbnb for one night and one night only. So my self-care involves food always. Like, I guess pampering. I'm not partying, just pampering. Is that, but self-care in its totality to me is setting boundaries, pay attention to my feelings, speaking up for myself, taking care of myself involves those things, but pampering is part of it. But that's how I take care of myself every fucking day. Meditation every goddamn day.
Do you think that helps improve your mental health? Go ahead.
If I'm not listening to myself, my inner authority, and I'm always in go mode, how am I supposed to figure out what it is that I truly need? You know, and meditation really help out with that part.
What is your inner authority?
For me, it's the voice that's small that if I'm running too fast, I'm not paying attention to. So it's the voice that I need to hear when I don't want to hear it or I'm having a hard time. And it's the voice that carried me through every day. So I would compare that to intuition, for lack of a better word. It's the tiny voice that sometimes we just choose to ignore, but it's the voice that I have to train myself to listen to more often. It's like I guess
some people might articulate it as a gut feeling or a...
No, I ain't gonna say gut feelings because I feel like sometimes our gut feelings are like what I had to learn before I got married or after I got divorced is my gut feeling was saying, oh, you should go this way. Well, your gut feeling is like trained by other people sometimes. And I didn't necessarily know what I wanted, and I thought it was my gut feeling all that time, and it wasn't. The true inner voice was telling me something way different because I was so hell-bent on what I thought I wanted. I wasn't really listening to that part of me. I was like, just chill out and slow down for a minute. Kind of let things fall into place.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And
Go ahead.
And like I said, gut feelings and intuition. We like to throw that word around a lot, but we're not really trained to really listen to our intuition at times. We train to be a little bit more impulsive, even when we don't feel like we are.
Do you feel like the way that you self-care helps your mental health?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga don't do it.
This nigga was so confused. He's like, well, who's he talking to now? Who's getting help? I'm working. Help. Ain't no fucking help.
That's for bitch niggas over here.
I work.
I don't know.
All's my life, boss.
I mean, there are points in there are days where I run, and it's just like, well, what are you gonna do today? I'm staying home and doing nothing.
What would you like to do if in an ideal world where money wasn't an issue and you can't choose your normal, like you can't watch and veg out, you can't have your phone in your hand, no audio books, basically
read.
Yeah.
It's just I'm gonna go to some other type of media that evokes my imagination inside of some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's nothing to do.
Like, oh, did I just go out into the world and do?
Yeah. Do you like walking? Like, I love walking. I couldn't be more excited to go back out and walk again.
I probably do some type of martial arts or something. That's more so what resets things. But that is the thing that I do that I want to do. Yes, martial arts. That is the only thing. That is the current thing that I have that nothing else correlates with. That is completely and totally freestanding.
Why don't you do that more?
COVID kind of fucked that up. It's just restarted. Like, just restarted. Because when we started trying to get back to it, we were reorganizing everything. It's like, bet we're all going to be back inside of the thing. And then next thing you know, Omicron. Stay the hell home. All right.
Okay. So, you think doing martial arts will be like a boon to like your mental health?
Yeah, because it's ultimately, I mean, it's the thing that I do to sharpen my mind. It's like my whetstone.
Yeah. See, without meditation for me, I wouldn't have gotten into like, I really enjoy swimming. Or today I just need to go sit by a rock and just sit there. I wouldn't have really just calmed myself down to really get to that point where it's like, this is what you need. And these are kind of non-negotiable. So go do it.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Now you done got my entire brain thinking about something completely and totally different.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, katas.
What's that?
It's pretty much just a organized sequence of moves that's meant to teach you forms and things inside of whatever martial arts that you're doing. Kata is actually a Chinese word that got it incorporated into the Japanese language. So that means there are katas in Kempo, and there are katas in karate, and there are kata inside of Taekwondo, Soan, whatever things. Anything
you can do that, right?
What?
Go through the katas?
Yeah, I still do go through katas. I go through katas in my head. Like, me going through a kata in my head just now is just completely and totally like, it's meditative to a certain degree, because it's just like all you have is like the next thing. It's the personification of how I move through life. The only step is really the next step. Thinking 3 steps ahead means that you can mess up the execution on the very next step. And then what does the next 3 steps matter? Because if you mess up because katas are like pretty much you walking through fighting people. If you don't do this step right, the next step doesn't really quite matter because you on the floor or stabbed or hit with the stick or something. So it's just like something negative is happening.
It's either I'm gonna relax and get this right, or I'm gonna get hit with a stick. I understand. Some level of work to your self-care.
Relax and get hit with
it's just like what. I feel like Tony looking at me like, why is everything that you do so high, not necessarily high strung, but it's like.
No, high strung is correct.
Oh.
Yeah. That he do high strung, the high strung nigga got a problem with this high strung.
No.
That's hilarious.
I'm not high strung. I feel like high strung implies that you have like some level of like trepidation when you're dealing with it, which is what I think Charles has.
Oh, I like. Am I a guitar whose strings are too tight? Yeah, Tony's strings aren't necessarily tight, but the frequency that he exists on is very, very high.
Yes, I operate on a wild wavelength. I will acknowledge that.
That's high strung. What the fuck is you talking about?
I don't think I'm high strung.
How many parties you got going on right now? Can you count them on one hand?
Yeah.
He actually can now because
maybe. Let me think.
No, because he keep adding shit. He added 2 things the other day. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. But
what 2 things did I add the other day?
Let's see. I know you said you wanted that seminar, and then we was already going in that direction with the audiobooks and stuff. That's 2 more things that you had in like 1 week. And I get that that's all encompassing, but also
adding things to the spear doesn't necessarily mean that it's like it's already inside a spear that I'm working on. So that means I'm technically not really adding anything. Yeah, that's how you look at a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying. He don't see it that way. But me, I'm just like, that's another fucking project. But go ahead, bud. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? That's also like high strung. Like you have a real problem with being bored. That's what high strung.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true.
It's like a high strung person. They really don't like being bored. So everything sounds like a good idea all the time.
It don't sound like a good idea.
It's not a bad idea, is it?
Not at all.
Well, because the idea came from his head. So
not even that. When it's somebody else's idea, like like the audiobook thing, it's more like it's not a good or bad idea. It's an idea.
It is
if the execution happens, great. I'm with that. Mm-hmm. But I do have a problem with being bored. Like being bored is terrible. Like, but I feel like no one wants to be bored. No one wants to be bored.
I mean, bored. That's the weird thing. Boredom is looked on so negatively.
No. No one wants to be bored.
No one wants to be bored, and everyone says if you're bored,
when you're doing nothing, you're generally and you feel fine. You're content. You're not bored. You're fine doing nothing. There are moments when I'm doing nothing and I'm fine, but I hate being bored. And I get bored a lot quicker than most people. It's rare that I'm doing nothing and I'm not bored. I'll say that is true. But I think most people don't like to be bored.
I think that's
boredom is like a side effect of anger because you're mad that you couldn't be doing something else. I got a real problem with restlessness, not so much boredom. Boredom might trigger my restlessness. But there's times where I feel like running down the street because I'm just like, fucking, is there anything else to do but the 5 things that I've been doing?
That's how I be feeling. I be feeling like,
and then I go,
I did everything and now I need something else to accomplish or get done or be working on. Or it's like these empty spaces where I'm like, all right, I know that there's probably something that I could be doing to fill this time that's not nothing.
Well, that would be productive. Thing. Nothing.
Sometimes I have to recognize
that I'm about to say, but nothing is something. Sometimes nothing is the things that you should be doing.
Oh no! Sometimes, like I said, I have to recognize that. No, you've done as much as you can do on things, and you have to do nothing right now.
Like when you finish the book, I walked in here, looked at you, and you sitting up here you're looking around like. It feels like I should be doing something, Tony. There's nothing for you to do at this point.
Yo, where do you think that come from? Yo, I think that shit mad comes from my dad. Like, that was all he ever did. Like, my mother, I'm tired. Like, if she would just say, I'm tired, he would berate the fuck out of her. Cause him for not doing anything, I guess, and it would just be the random moments. I know where that shit comes from for me. Like rest in our household was frowned upon at all times. Like that shit, even to this day, my mother was like, "Oh, I'm tired but I'm tired from not doing anything." I'm like, "Well, maybe you just tired yourself out mentally, so you don't have to beat yourself up about it. I get you want to do some activities, but I can still hear my dad saying like, you laying in the bed all day. Like this bitch had like 2 aneurysms. She has chronic fucking headaches and migraines, and he still just when I cut this motherfucker some slack." And I'm just like, I know where that comes from. For sure, we have a real problem with rest. My mother was a workaholic too, so I understand where that shit came from for me. Like, don't nobody want to sit down in my house. I don't know why.
Oh, I just thought about how funny it is that if the way I relate to do nothing is I still need to do nothing. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I need to do nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd say I'm probably like the black sheep of my family. Mm-hmm. Where my like crazy like drive and things like that. And just like this, like, you laying down, you wrestle. You ain't do nothing today? What's up with you?
Yeah, no, that fucking inner beating up yourself.
That's not how my family was. Everybody's like kind of more chill and like go to work. And then, hey, I worked. And so I did that. Now I'm chilling. I'm going to watch some TV. I might make me something to eat, but I'm going to chill for the rest of the day. And it's like, no. What's up with y'all?
Work is such a void, but it's one of those things where it's just like, I don't know. If I ever do, or once I enter it, once I do it again, it's just like, if I go into the workforce, I would probably go to that 9-to-5 mentality, except for I'm not going to do anything. Like at that point, it's just like, yeah, once I get home, I've done my work for the day. I get home. I want to take care of my shit around my house and all that other stuff. But outside of that, it's just like, nah, why would I? This is the life that I purposefully signed up for.
I guess, but you didn't.
Yeah, it is. I get to go.
No, you would have. But speaking in a broad term, most people didn't sign up for that life.
I mean,
that's not where they saw themselves.
I mean, all right. I mean, I do believe there's a lot of dissonance between where people see themselves and where the path that they're actually walking. That's like I see that mountain range of like, and it's due west. Well, you're walking north, but I'm gonna get to that mountain range one day. But you are heading in a different direction, sir. So either you gotta write your direction and walk towards that mountain range, or just realize that you like the idea of that mountain range a lot more than actually the mountain range itself.
I don't think people realize that too often, that they just like the idea of something.
I had to figure that out too.
I mean, think about what you being fed on, when they come home and vegetate in front of the TV or whatever, they fed this grandiose life, and then looking at theirs, none of that matches. So, like you said, them looking at that shit all day makes them feel like they want to do something, but in reality, nah. But which is, like I said, I had to learn how to speak to myself gentler in those terms of doing shit, because realistically, I've been there on their side of the spectrum. So I guess it gave me a more inner peace to just let it the fuck go. I don't really care about what my parents are doing anymore, or what people that keep talking about it no more. I'd rather not hear about it too much. Or they could actually talk about it and I'll just be like, man, that's crazy. But like helping them with their dreams and things like that, no, I probably wouldn't do that. But now I don't care no more, because I've been there. So I'm just let it. For me, it's just about letting it go. Like, I don't care what anybody else is doing with their life or not doing with it anymore.
I feel like there's a difference between dreams and like goals. I feel like they're more distinct than people get. Like, I dream of having this spec house. It's just like, well, but are you doing anything to make that dream happen? No, it's just a dream. It's something that's far off, not that I don't really view as attainable.
And to them niggas, you just nod your head and keep it going. I just, like I said, developing that inner compassion towards me Because like I could get real frustrated about where I'm not at. And then I don't think I would like, just the other day I realized like where my income came last year. It felt like a lot more. And then I checked the numbers. I was like, I felt rich. Like, I felt like I was balling. But then I realized, and then I was like, oh, I'm kind of down about that. Because now I just feel like there wasn't enough. And I was like, well, no. You look at it a wrong way. Like you did that all by yourself. It wasn't like you had to get this money by yourself. And so once I switched the mode to giving myself that like inner compassion, now I could look around and be like, yeah, do what you want. I don't know if you gonna do anything, but I don't care if you don't. That's not really my problem anymore.
Yeah, no, that's not my problem. I don't think that I really care.
Yeah.
I'm more like, like, I wouldn't say that people not following their dreams is the issue for me. I just kind of recognize that that seems to be the case. And that seems to lead to like this level of like feeling of settling for them.
Yeah. That's how a lot of people tend to feel, is just like, but at some point you got to look at yourself and be like, I didn't settle.
Or you did.
Well, you feel like you did, but you really didn't.
Or you
because
did.
all the actions that you made and that you chose to make were to get this particular end goal and to get to this particular point.
But that could have been settling on a safer route.
Oh, that means you wanted the safer route more than you wanted the other one.
That still could be you settling. And that doesn't mean that you want one more than the other. That means that you're risk averse and you recognize, hey, that might be risky, but I know for a fact that I can make this work.
You didn't want to take risk.
So you settled on the safe route.
You still did the thing that you wanted to do, was not take risk.
Right.
That's how I look at things.
I'm not saying that they didn't do what they wanted to do. I'm saying that they settled on it.
I don't look at doing what you want to do as settling.
Well, what I did was settle. I settled that I'm going to be pushing boundaries and that sometimes I get a little restless and that's okay. And sometimes I need to keep pushing forward and take higher risks. That's settling what the fuck I wanted.
What
right?
do you feel like settling is?
What do I feel like settling is?
Because when you say settle, it sounds so negative, don't it?
I mean, I feel like you make it sound like it's not a chosen thing.
It's just like settling for... There are groups of people who obviously look at things and have ready mechanisms to move into the lane that they can move into a lane where they can actually like attain the goals that you want to do. Now that your end goal, like it's very easy to make, not necessarily easy. Well, it is easy. It doesn't mean it's not. God, there's a colloquialism that I can't remember off the top of my head. It's like, just because something easy doesn't mean it's not. Just because the choice is easy doesn't mean it's not complicated. It's not a complicated route to get there. God, I can't remember this colloquialism. It's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, because I have no idea what you're trying to say. Let me be honest with you. I'm lost.
Yeah, no, it's not coming out of my head right now.
We were just going to
but you have to understand,
and you just left us in the forest for no reason.
Now.
You were like, all right, now y'all go in this sleepy forest by yourselves, and I'm gonna walk away. Yeah, just left us in the forest. It said, figure it out. So I'm just walking, looking at trees, waiting to see if there's some scratching, tell me the direction I should be going with this.
I'm terribly scatterbrained right now.
I don't know.
So me getting very, very high-minded is probably not the thing that I should really be doing. So that means
I feel like
I can't really articulate what I feel like settling is. But
I don't think
is it like giving up on it? Like, do you feel like settling is, let's say, if I was working on this, like the series that I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I decided to like call that quits and be like, I put the one out, that's good enough. You feel like that's settling?
How do I?
Because I've like started going down the path, but then I've settled on like a benchmark that wasn't the main goal, but
That, by my own definitions, I would say you want to stop. It's just like,
so you can't want to settle. Settling to you seems like it's forced on you. Like you can't choose to settle. Is what it sounds like. Like someone has to be forced into settling.
Sometimes there are circumstances that force you to settle for a situation that's not optimal.
No, but you feel like, but it sounds like that's always what happens to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
because me choosing something immediately negates it from being settling to you. You're
Yeah,
like, well, you
I mean,
chose
I
it.
guess if you have a branching path and you choose one path over the other path, it's just like I like the end result of that path, but I don't like how thorny and windy that path is. It's just like, I don't know, because I think of everything as a cost benefit analysis. So maybe that is the inherent.
Even if it's a cost benefit analysis, you might think the other path is worth it, but you might be too afraid to go down it.
It's just
And
like, yeah,
choose to go to this.
sometimes things are risky. It's just like, I got to walk 100 feet on a tightrope or I got to walk 10 miles. It's just like, but the 100 feet on a tightrope is going to get you everything you ever dreamed of. Whereas the 10 miles is going to get you, it's going to get a lot of the things that you want, but not all of them. So do you want a lot of the things that you want, or do you want all of everything, but with a lot of risk? I don't know. I think I've locked myself into a cyclical,
Yeah, like I said, it seems like it has to be forced onto you to settle. It's like
I think I've locked myself
life
into a
took
cyclical
away
point.
from you.
Nigga.
So yeah, if like it seems like if I still wanted to write the series, but for some reason lost the capacity to and had to just give it up, then to you that's settling.
Oh, if you still wanted to, I would find a mechanism for you to do it.
No, if
I
like
would get you some talk to speech.
No, like if there was just no way, like if my brain function wasn't there.
Well, at that point, you don't want anything.
No, what if I still wanted things? I just
Your
couldn't.
brain function's not there.
No, it's just not there in that capacity. I just can't do it.
Maybe I'm a weirdo. Because I don't think there's anything actively that I just can't not do if I actually put in the level of work that I want to put into to execute the thing. Like
No.
outside of like biological impossibilities or things
Yeah,
like
and
that.
so let's just say it's a biological impossibility
Like
that I
what
do.
biological
It
impossibility?
doesn't matter. Just make one up. It's a hypothetical,
just like-
Charles. What's wrong with
that's
you?
the thing.
Like the fuck is wrong with this nigga? I want to fight him. Like this nigga's
Like,
so
what the hell do you
irritating.
mean?
Dude, what did he say?
What's the
Yeah,
first step?
like I want to fight this nigga. Like I really want to fight this nigga.
I like to at this nigga like
It's just like
he paused and was like,
Yeah, yeah. Like, bruh, I'm going to hit you.
why are you gonna hit me? Why are you so violent?
oh,
Answer the hypothetical. Stop trying to create a whole fucking picture. It's very simple. I can no longer do this.
I mean,
The why don't matter. No, I can't do it. The end. Period. I can't do it. That is in this world a fact. I can't do it.
Well, then you got another choice
No.
to do. Nah,
So
you
if
gotta
I
figure out
no
what-
longer do that, is that settling?
I mean, at that point, that's like having the past severed from in front of you yourself. Is just like, well, that's an act of God.
So you don't know what settling is then. This is what it sounds
Probably
like.
not inside my current brain state.
Okay, cool. Because I'm like,
It's just
at
like,
no
what is
point-
settling at this point? Why do you think I'm sitting up here like, what is
this
settling?
nigga can't answer what settling
Is
is.
it just like giving up? I feel like settling is more like giving up.
Yeah, but if you gave up on one path and chose something else,
Then you made a choice.
no. So giving up is a choice, Charles. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Man,
No, you choose to give up. What are you talking about?
that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck?
I keep telling you, my brain's not really
This
inside the
nigga
brain.
said, No, if you give up,
He's
then
doing his loopy loop
you
back.
see-
Oh no!
man.
Well, my
Just
brain is
Victor
loopy loop right now.
Frost.
I mean, maybe I just didn't look it when I walked in here, but I'm just pretty loopy loop. There's a reason. There's a reason why I need sleep.
Blowing out that lamp and just was like, "Hey, what's up with y'all?" And then left us.
Yeah, like I was like,
You just walked in the forest.
Like I walked into here, got everything up and running, and I sat in this chair and I sat for like
why don't you take you a little nap?
5-10 minutes. Honestly, if I took a nap, there is nothing that you would have done. I would have not woken up until tomorrow, and you
That's
would have
not
been
a nap, Charles.
It's
So
like-
that's sleep. So you just said you can't call
like,
that a nap.
at
You
this
said say
point-
if I would have taken a nap, no, if I had sat down, I'd have went to sleep. Okay,
Yes.
that's not taking a nap. Naps don't turn into sleep.
Yeah, they do.
No,
all
no.
the time. You never sat down for a nap and then woke up the next morning?
No,
I was thinking about
that sounds horrific.
we need an appreciation day.
Of what?
Of-
Niggas.
Who are you appreciating?
This nigga. He was supposed to be gone. We need to appreciate Charles. One day, I think we should just give him a pizza or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, Tony gives me crap all the time.
Beat Charles up.
No.
Beat this nigga up.
What you gonna do? Beat me up and say go home and rest?
These niggas don't know how to appreciate shit.
Well, I feel like
I
we did a
appreciate-
sufficient way of talking about suicide without actually having to talk about it. Make sure y'all take care of y'all mental health. Because I was like, how am I going to bring this up? And I was like, oh, look at them giving me a great way.
You beat me
Yeah.
up to the point where I like.
No, y'all talked about mental health
Y'all
and mental
weird. I
wellness
just
and
think
all of that.
Appreciate
So,
it, nigga. I'm just playing.
I-
I don't hang out with y'all like that, so I don't know what y'all do for each other.
Oh,
But I'm
apparently we're
working
supposed to be
with
going out to
Link.
record store, so that means I guess we are gonna be kicking it.
Yay!
I haven't gone to a record store
I'm
in
gonna
a while.
I'm gonna stop procrastinating on that. And after we get done, we'll make the day.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, you need a day. I got you.
Oh,
I appreciate.
I don't really
having you
actually-
here.
yeah, I really don't have a day because I haven't worked on Saturdays a lot of the time.
You have to work on Saturday.
No, I have to. I don't have to do anything.
All right. Well, when we get done with this, I'll ask you which day is optimal for you.
Do this 2 to 3 days a week, and then I'll work pretty much every other day.
All right. You like going to multiple stores? 'Cause I like going to multiple stores.
Oh, depends upon the actual setting and where you're at.
All right. You can come in my neck of the woods. I'll show you around. We'll have fun. But anyway, suicide.
No, we're done.
That was it.
Yeah, the whole beginning of this was about mental health.
Oh.
And that was a great way to talk about things that you need to do to help prevent getting down the path of suicide. So, yeah, the mental wellness side of it was a great way to go. Good
Okay.
job. Look at y'all.
All right.
Yeah, Charles is looking at me like a deer in the headlight. He's like,
I don't know where we're going.
Not at all, but
It's just like,
I'm gonna rub your back. This is gonna need a bath with a rubber ducky in it.
I don't like baths. It requires me getting very low to the ground. Like, I like bucket seats, but I don't like baths are very, very low.
you don't like a bath?
I mean, think about it. The logistics of it. Outside of the Japanese baths, you're literally sitting there. You're like wading through water in your own filth.
Not
My
at all.
nigga.
Unless you take a shower and you like scrub yourself down beforehand, you are in there with your own filth. Like there's dirt.
So the way that I know to take a bath is I get it nice and hot and get my little relaxation, Epsom salt in there, and I chill and share your own filth. And then you know what you do afterwards? You shower.
Your pores, your
And get-
skin must feel terrible.
and get all of that dirtiness off of you.
Don't take baths. You gotta take more baths, but you have to actually soak in water. Not let it just
If I want to go
Water.
soak in water, I'm going to go jump in a pool or maybe a jacuzzi.
Just- why don't you just go
Soak
to the
in water.
jacuzzis?
Yeah, just
The jacuzzi.
Yeah,
This
we,
nigga got a
we
problem with
actively go to the gym
Oh,
that has a pool and a jacuzzi.
I'll be sleepy.
You gotta treat yourself better, sir.
oh. I'm pretty sure you guys have figured this out. I'm pretty mercenary about a lot of things that I do. Like I work out, I go there, I work out, and then I don't really talk to people while I work out very often. I talk to Tony I talk to the nurse guy sometimes, but that's also just to get better.
That should be blowing me, like, because, like, when I'm out and about, I am a much more extroverted person, as Charles has seen. Like, I'm introverted, but somehow I get into conversation and make friends fairly quickly. Like, I have a pretty decent sized group of people that I speak with at the gym now.
I'll talk to a goddamn soul.
And I come over to Charles with some news or something, and Charles be like, all right.
What you about to do this next set of dips?
And then go back to doing what it. Nigga, I need you to engage with me on the topic that I've brought with you. I'm all excited, and it'd be something like an idea that I got, and he'd just be like, all right, that's cool. Back to what I'm doing. Nigga.
Oh, I mean, that's
hit you. I'll hit you in the way.
Working out puts me in more of a zen-like state.
Of the head.
You know, that's how, when it's out of your regular resting state, that's how you react to pretty much everything. Like, okay.
So we just flip-flop with y'all?
Yeah, quintessentially, when I'm doing something and I'm focused on it, because working out for me takes a decent amount of focus.
I'm going to hit him with a weight. I don't give a fuck what he's saying. He gonna get hit with a 10-pound weight in the back of the head. Just let this nigga know.
About the bob sack.
Yeah. Bong, nigga.
He went night-night. He never woke up.
Hey, pay attention to me.
I didn't pay attention to you.
No, you didn't.
I heard what you said. I compartmentalized it.
You patronized me. And then went back to doing what you were doing. You said, oh, that's cool. Let me lift this thing that's heavy and put my headphone back in and turn back over to this weight so I can clearly show that I want to lift weights and things and not have this conversation.
I just need to, you can't take too much time between reps. That's wrong.
Nigga, I will give you a motherfucking combo special.
Like, we've had whole conversations in between.
Kick you in the knee, hit you in the throat, hit you in the motherfucking
like, you
ear.
said something to me, I say, okay, that's cool. Go do sets.
Nigga,
sit down,
I'm gonna
think about it
start
some
off
more.
with a Mickey Mouse so you fuck up your equilibrium. So you drop the weights, and I'm gonna kick you in the knee so you can't lift nothing else. And then we just gonna sit and talk.
Why are you so violent?
Because you got me fucked up.
What do you mean?
Everybody else will sit and have a 15, 20-minute conversation with me. We know we at the gym. We know we here to work out. But
I mean,
we can also speak to each other. Like people.
Like people?
Yeah. I'm already on the fuck you Charles train anyway.
Why are you on the fuck you
Because Charles, you didn't go to the game with me. I felt the way.
Oh, I really wanted to go to the game.
That doesn't change how bad I was. What are you talking about? Like, I hate when people. I tell people how I feel, and they get to it's how they were feeling.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just like me driving down there just wasn't the thing that night. I'm sitting up here. I get to the RTA. I'm sitting up here waiting. It's like I'm waiting for 15, 20 minutes, and the RTA lady, the Rapids are running tonight.
Yeah, he should.
So
just
I already paid for the
thing.
pass. I already paid for the tickets.
So he just gave up.
It's not like I just gave up. It is just like, you know what? Man, I'm gonna get shot at tonight.
He should have just drove down there to begin with.
Choice. He made a choice. He looked at me like, yeah, he did, didn't he, Ash?
It's like, and I looked at that, and it's just like, all right, so I'm gonna hop down here, hop on 77 North, go down, drive into downtown. When I hate driving around people, like, well, it's not that I hate driving around people. I hate parking downtown when there's a bunch of shit going on. Just period. Because I used to go downtown a lot.
You could have paid $20 for parking.
I could have.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was even an option.
Yep. I could have showed you. I didn't pay $20 for parking because that's not where I wanted to park. I paid $50. It was right across from the $20 from parking place, but I decided I didn't want to park there.
It was like what I normally park down by Medical Mutual and just walk up to what.
It was literally a straight shot where you would have parked. It's where I normally park on the street, but they put the signs up because of the event. Sometimes they do it, but on the regular night, they don't do nothing for that. There's like a random side street that you can park on that nobody know about, that they don't normally block off unless there's actually like a big event. And so, but yeah. And I was like, this nigga Charles didn't come. But then I took into consideration, I got to do some self-care for me because fuck that. So I paid my $50 for parking because that's where I wanted to park. And
bravo.
I said, I'm going to go and I ordered me some Hennessy and ginger ale. They gave me the biggest. It was like this, about this big little square cup.
Yep.
And she filled that thing up with mostly Hennessy and a little bit of ginger ale. And I appreciate her. She held me down with that. Got me a burger, got me some fries, got me some fresh baked cookies because there's a random cookie shop in there. Got me a soda.
Look at
and
that.
I was tipsy and enjoying the game. I was like, oh, this is nice. And put my stuff on the seat. I was like, and I got 2 seats since he ain't here. I was stretch out.
I was tempted to call. It's like, I'm sitting up here salty. I was literally sitting at home like, God damn it. Because that's literally my overall thing. But also my entire thing is, I mean, it's quintessentially the thing that you taught me is just like, just because you've spent a bunch of money or just because you've invested time doesn't mean at any point that you just can't stop.
Yeah.
Tony out
You the
here,
person who tells.
You're teaching us.
Yeah, y'all can do
we
that.
had our
y'all,
principles.
I
You ain't
appreciate
satisfied?
that y'all are, no. I appreciate that y'all are doing that. But not once have I ever said that any person that feels a way about the way that I operate is invalid.
Oh.
So y'all have to take these feelings that I got. Fuck y'all. How about that?
It's like,
Talk about.
I mean, I was just as
That's
upset.
cool. It's cool.
I would have, I almost forgot. I mean, hell, Ash, you have to understand, I damn near forgot about the entire goddamn game.
Bruh, that was the wildest part because I forgot my Vax card because you needed that or a recent negative test.
Oh, okay.
And like they was really on that. Like you could get in, get scanned in, and then you had to go to a little booth. Randomly, I met a homie that I went to school with that's a brand ambassador, so I'm probably going to connect with him as well. But that's besides the point. I met a couple of people that I know that I got to talk to and call, regardless. But yeah, Charles not going to make me sad. But then I said, I'm not going to let that make me have a bad time. Fuck it. I'm here. It's dolo. I'm enjoying myself dolo. I ain't never scared to walk nowhere. Like I be alone a lot. So it ain't like I'm worried about nothing happening. I would have just been nice to have some company. But hey, fuck it. I went to the game dolo. I enjoyed. I wanted to see LaMelo Ball. I got to see him. That nigga's passing is ridiculous. And what I recognize is...
You see LaMelo Ball live. That was the first game of the season.
I know. But I enjoy seeing him. I like LaMelo Ball. Like he's one of my favorite players. So, and there's not a lot of chances that I get to see him.
Yeah.
It's two out of the year. It's 2 out of the year.
Is it? Oh, yeah. You play everyone who's not in your division twice, and then you play your division like 3 or 4 times, something like that.
No, because even the Cavs, because I'll go to the Cavs games, they play them twice here. But then they play the other 2 games down there.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really count.
Yeah, so they play them 4 times, but I only get to watch 2 of the games. And then maybe if the All-Star game happened to be here, I would see him a 3rd time. So not a whole lot of opportunity to see the players that you want to see, depending on where. Just in general.
Yeah, and then you know what else happened on Saturday? I was going out to go work out, and then some assholes blocked my entire goddamn driveway on the way out. When I first got ready to get out, there was a freaking U-Haul parked in front of my car to actually go to the freaking RTA station. So it was just like.
This is on Friday. I know why he keeps saying Saturday. He really wanted the game to be on Saturday.
I really did.
He like it was.
I said
he really wanted it to be Saturday.
When you said tomorrow, you literally told me the game is tomorrow. I said bet, and it's just like I'm down. And when you said tomorrow, I automatically thought Saturday.
Tomorrow.
Saturday.
I don't think I said tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I said tonight because I was buying the tickets for that day. It was Friday, and I bought the tickets that day.
And did it say tonight?
I don't know. I called you. And then I sent you a screenshot of the tickets that had the date.
I heard tomorrow.
Well, if you looked at the fucking message that I sent you, you'd have seen that it was the 18th.
Oh, I saw the message, but the message came in like.
This nigga don't be checking his text.
Look. I literally said that Saturday night, and you said, yeah.
Oh, so you brought this Saturday to I didn't say anything about it being Saturday.
So I'm sitting here in my bed kind of like, oh God, I am mentally exhausted. You call me, I'm getting my Vax card. How'd you call me and tell me you're getting your Vax card? Congratulations.
No, let's go to the game, nigga.
It's just like, oh, damn, I got to figure out what my goddamn Vax card is.
He could have went. That's all I know. He could have went. He could have went, but he didn't want to because he don't love me.
Also,
Charles don't never invite me to nothing, and when I invite him to something, he don't show up. I'm starting to feel away.
I paid $120
I don't give a fuck
for the
about
ticket.
that. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That is
what is he talking
literally
about?
more time. That literally requires about 5 hours of investment on my behalf.
That's what balling niggas do to their little bitch when they ain't want to really spend no time with her. I got her a little bag. Hey, I spent some money on you. That's the. Don't you sound like a toxic ass nigga?
No.
Hey, didn't I spend that money on you,
though? I
though?
bought shoes last week.
Yeah, I spent that $100 on you. I wanted quality time, Charles, not your money.
No, well, if you understand me, time investments, like, that is 5 hours of my time that I can never get back. And then now it's just like, not necessarily poof, but I had a seat. It was filled with food.
It was in my jacket. I appreciate you. I lit.
Put on my Carhartt coat. I was standing outside, that RTA worker. I was going to be standing out there for like an hour.
Imagine. Charles, you need to let me know right fuck now. If you don't want to hang out with me, let's just get this out there.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, if you don't want to hang out.
You don't want to hang out, that's cool.
But don't invite me to nothing.
Oh, yeah, let's go this day.
He don't ever say, hey,
like,
Tone, you want to come and do something? I like to do things. So I figure, you know what? Let me take the initiative. Mm-hmm. I'm going to invite him.
I honestly don't do shit. Like, really think about it. Like, what else? What do I do?
You went to a Super Bowl party.
Yeah, that's someone else, but that's at someone else's house. I'm gonna invite other people over to other people's house. That's rude.
You be doing stuff. You be like, yeah, I got this bachelor party. You be doing stuff. It's more like get-togethers than anything, but not like.
That's so. I'm rarely ever like I plan my best friend's bachelor party, but
it's more like
he said it's only the groomsmen, so I didn't invite anybody outside of that. Someone else invited me over to watch the Super Bowl. It's just like, I don't invite other people over to other people's house. That's rude. So
let's just do stuff and invite me. I don't.
It's just like
go out the house and then be like, hey, I'm gonna call Tony.
And it's just like,
I appreciate that. If you just tell me like, Ash, I really don't have no interest in hanging about with you.
It's just like,
say,
but
hey,
if you
I
tell
want to hang out with you.
But if you tell me like, hey, I want to go out to the records, I want to go out and do record stuff. Like,
yeah.
If it's within my sphere of interest, then it's just like, bet.
I figured basketball was in his sphere of interest.
It is. And I wanted to be there. I'm extremely upset that I wasn't.
I feel like Charles wanted to be there. It was circumstantial. I don't know if that was a direct slight against you. Because, like you said, it just was like, man,
I mean,
you know what?
Tony completely and totally acknowledged that it's more so about feelings. It has nothing necessarily to do with any kind of logic or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel like his was circumstantial. I don't think that was.
Like, I wanted to be there.
But also, don't be leaving me fucking hanging either.
Exactly.
It's just like,
see, I just figured
I would have arranged this completely and totally
know.
differently because it's like, all right, if I would have known, it's just like, one, I would have never changed my clothes that day because I came in, changed my clothes. He calls me. I'm rushing to get everything together. I have to find my Vax card. I would have pulled all that stuff together, and I probably would have met Tony here and would have driven downtown with him.
Yeah, I don't see you as a flake. That's not what I'm saying. But I do see you as like, I'll do it because I like making people happy. Not necessarily because you really want to do that shit. But I do something like, I can see what he's saying. Like, did you do this because you just thought this was a good idea, or did you really want to hang out with me?
I wanted to go to goddamn.
I don't see you as a flake.
Stuff doesn't happen in Cleveland that frequently. I wanted to go see the All-Star game.
Make it happen, boo. As soon as they, I'm going to the new beach.
I want to be happy. I want to be as happy as everybody, all the black rappers were in LA at the Super Bowl. I've never seen a group of people so goddamn happy. They're out here like, yeah. This is our Super Bowl halftime show.
It was.
Kanye West up here nodding his head aggressively. Jay-Z out here singing entire Snoop songs.
Now, compared to other cities, it's real spread out and it don't happen as often. Like, you got to have a real keen eye for what you really want to do and then hopefully go find it. It's not like, oh, we have 15 million things to do today in these metropolitan cities.
I thought about going to stuff last night.
Yeah, like what?
The All-Star game stuff.
It's like because there's a bunch of things happening around the city afterwards.
It was just the tickets that I wanted were like $800. So the seats that we had where we sat, or where I sat the night for the rookie game, that same spot was $794.
Oh, that's the funny thing about it is I don't actually feel like going to the All-Star game necessarily because the All-Star...
No, that was for the skills contest game.
Oh.
All-Stars tonight.
I know All-Stars tonight. You want to go to the skills challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently that dunk contest blew chunks. So
well, I didn't waste my money. And what I went to go to, I enjoyed. So I'm happy. I enjoyed that it was a tournament. Like I said, I got led.
But yeah, it's just like I'm legitimately upset.
2 weeks, we should do a lit episode.
What? I don't feel like getting drunk and doing an episode.
That's why I said 2 weeks. Give you some time.
This is like they're playing that shit.
Yeah.
Get ready.
I like to plan everything.
Yeah, that's why I gave you 2 weeks to get planning. You ain't even got to get planning the whole week. You got 2 weeks to stride into this.
It's like I never sit down and drink purposely to get drunk. So like that entire concept to me is weird.
I miss shrooms. Now I think shroom season will start up for me. I don't got no season I do shrooms. But I was talking about my friend the other day. I'm like...
There's this brand called Tops in California that is like candy shrooms. And I was watching not 03 Greedo, because he's in jail, but G Perico.
Yeah.
He had taken like, they all were only supposed to take one to microdose. Mm-hmm. And then G Perico took a few. He said, because you can see, because you're watching the interview and you just see him.
Bruh, you already know that feel, don't you? Yup.
And you just like...
You be like, oh.
And he's like...
Here we go.
I'm... He's like, these shrooms, man.
I'm going to get a Vortex math and yell at him.
He's like, you only ate one? He's like, nah, man.
What do you see?
I took a couple more. He's like, so you had 3? I had a few. I was like, all right, bro.
You already know that.
I support that.
This is something I wanted to ask both of y'all. How do y'all feel about that Kanye West Kim Kardashian nonsense?
They weird. First of all, Kanye over here, Kanye a little whip.
Dressing well. Also, him dressing like a bush. It's quite literally the most hilarious.
Style, but on the personal level, I hate to be gossipy, but I don't know why he didn't make this girl do no fucking prenup. I don't know what Kim Kardashian got going on over there. I don't know what the fuck magical unicorn pussy she's sitting on, but the fact that I don't know if he made this girl get a prenup. It's really weird.
I don't think she needed a prenup because they make about the same amount.
It don't matter. Like, as a dude, you're not really like protected in the courts. Like, they will ravage your ass, and that's just like, I'm not trying to be like that person that's like a menace or anything, but you will see more often than not men getting their ass took to the motherfucking laundry.
Can you actually? I'm interested. Can you set up a prenup? So that means you can set up like...
He does make...
He elevated
quite a bit more than her.
Yeah, he elevated her.
So Kanye is a billionaire. Not Kim and Kanye. They together, sure, are a billionaire, but that's because Kanye is a billionaire.
Well, Kanye owns... Well, I think good music is valued fairly highly because of...
It has nothing to do with that.
What?
It
just has like $1 billion.
It's the clothes. It's the apparel. That's
apparently
what
the apparel game's old.
Yes, it is. Yes, that's where all the real money is at. That's why he has been yelling and screaming about ownership and the issue that he had with Nike and them not letting him like mass produce the Yeezys and making them that exclusive, like limited, like Jordan style run is not what he wanted to do. That's why so many Yeezys come out on Adidas. And there's so different, many variations and colorways. And
yeah, he wanted to do like, well, that's Adidas' thing.
Everybody to have access to it though. But with everybody having access and then him being as popular as he is, it's still selling out.
I mean,
yeah. So
I never really pay that much attention to apparel.
That's how Rihanna got to her $1 billion. Fucking Fenty.
Fenty.
Yeah.
Fenty and and now she's pregnant.
But no,
He just slid upon coming out of nowhere like, we've been together for a while.
But I guess
once you hit that billion with a B.
My opinion on the situation with Kanye and Kim is they do a lot of shit in the public, and they probably both could keep a lot of this shit private.
A whole bunch of this
but
shit.
They're both paid to be public entities, so this is what they know. But I think that it's probably not the best for the kids. Like at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
When they show Kanye on camera, all you hear is everybody booing. His kids are with him.
Where's his kids with him?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That could be an awkward time for them to feel like the
world just hates my father. Or
the world hates me because I'm also on this camera. And I'm a child and I don't know how to internalize, oh, this is for him. This isn't for me.
Well,
this is for us.
I'm surprised people at the Super Bowl actually booed anything. They're not actually real fans 9 times out of 10.
It's just popular to not like Kanye right now.
Right.
That's the mainstream thing because the Kardashians are mainstream. Kanye is mainstream. The world is following. Kanye isn't just hip hop.
He's more of a. I mean, you can probably put him in a pop star.
He is a pop star. He's a global entity. And yeah, no. So
Kanye West.
I don't know. I think that they should probably just keep a lot of that shit private, and I should know nearly as much as I do about what's going on with them.
There's no reason to take a video of him sneaking around as a bush. And then, well, first things first, that entire situation is so far-fetched that I can't even believe that it happened, that it's actually happened. I'm pretty sure they paid some black dude to move around as a bush outside.
It's just messy. I don't know what the fuck going on, but it's a whole messy situation. And like you said, I don't want to know about that.
I mean, dating a Kardashian never particularly ends clean.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's not necessarily true. The older one seems fairly quiet.
Which one?
The
Rob.
No. The drug addict?
No. The oldest girl. Because there's Chloe, Kim,
the taller one?
Kylie, Courtney, and the other young. Because it's the youngest one who's a model. There's Kylie Jenner who's with Travis Scott. There's Courtney, who everybody says is OJ's daughter. There's Kim, who is with Kanye, and then there's one above her. And exactly, you see? So you don't hear, we don't even really know about this one.
That's the puppeteer. That's the person who's...
Maybe, but that's my point, where this one, she's at least the quietest of them all, where I think she's gotten divorced from her husband, but you haven't really heard no crazy, like, happenings with this one. Whereas all the other daughters and family is just like public. But I'm like, one of y'all at least knows how to do it somewhat right.
I mean, that's it. I mean, they had an entire show that was true. I've never seen a family get famous from being attached to someone else who is famous. Is for being a lawyer to someone else who is famous who got off for a crime. It's very, like, the Kardashians are a very weird entity.
They manufactured that shit.
I mean, they did.
Yeah, for sure. They were just like, we hell-bent. We about to do this.
I won't be surprised if whatever that sex tape, that Ray J sex tape was actually, well, obviously it was purposely filmed, but it's just like, at that point in age, nothing, like, those tapes don't get released by accident at that point in time.
Her name is Cassandra Mariano.
What the fuck?
That's not even, that has nothing, she's not even a whole Kardashian.
She changed her name to her husband's last name.
Oh.
Yeah. She's Caitlyn, Caitlyn Jenner's daughter. She's Caitlyn Jenner's eldest daughter and second child. And they call her Cassie.
Oh, okay.
It's Caitlyn's Jenner's eldest daughter and second child with Crystal Scott, which is the mom. She was born on June 10th. Yeah, so no. They just don't nobody talk about her. Like, that's what I mean, though. Like, you don't know shit about this woman. She just be living her life with her husband.
I don't really think that she's ever been on the Kardashians are a show that I've never been forced to watch, and I was never willing to. Like,
I'm sure that she's probably like made appearances, but I don't think that she's ever been willing to like
trade on her life like that.
Which I think that's something valuable. I don't know how we got there, but I also don't.
Because I honestly just wanted to hear y'all opinions because I think the entire thing is kind of it's absurd. And the level of absurdity is it is only comedic because it is absurd of the sheer amount of absurdity, not that the situation itself is actually funny. Because it's like,
it's showbiz, babe.
It is.
That's all.
Maybe
that shit is a fucking circus, and I'm sick of.
And it's like, and then there are people who are pointing out stuff that's just like he's releasing music while this absurdity is going on. It's like, is this entire thing scripted? Is Pete Davidson in on it? It's just like, what is this? Pete, we need you to date Kim Sebi so I can get a higher album thing. All right, dude.
Like I said, a fucking circus, because that nigga look like a basement dweller, and I'm not 100%.
I don't understand.
I would say it has nothing to do with his music.
Oh, Pete Davidson.
He comes out and sells ridiculous numbers. Yeah, no, that's not going to change.
Which also constitute that people really don't hate him as much as they.
I also think it's funny they call him Skeet Davidson.
Skeet. That nigga look like a skeet. That makes sense.
I don't know. He has some.
It's either that or Dickhead. Y'all are friends with Dickhead. Skeet.
I don't know. It's like inside of that situation, I'm looking.
Yes, it is.
I called you Skeet all
as a person who came from the exact same background as Cuddy, I look at that situation as just like, no one gets to tell me who my friends are.
Skeet.
Not my friend, especially not the people. It's just like, you can't hang out with him. Yeah, we're really, really cool. I'm just kind of acquaintances with this dude. But you're telling me it's just like, you are amicable to him. It's just like, I mean, that's just who I am. I don't allow these things to have emotional. As a depressed person, I can't let these things have a lot of equity inside of my head.
Let me retract my statement about calling this nigga a basement dweller. He looks like a fine young gentleman.
Oh.
I just realized, like, I'm not about to become that person. Fuck
Pete Davidson?
Fuck all of them.
He has some disease. I can't remember.
Do he?
Yeah. Oh, it's just this man just consistently swings. Oh, I guess he's been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And he also has Crohn's disease.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a stomach issue.
Yeah.
He can't eat certain stuff.
That's kind of the reason why he has the dark circles around his eyes and a lot of that other stuff.
He should take care of himself better.
I mean, I don't know. After King of Staten Island, I just look at him.
If you get jaundice, you start to turn yellow.
Yes.
Riley had jaundice when she was born.
My friend had jaundice. Really? That's terrible.
Me and her didn't have like the same blood
type.
Yeah. So she had to sit up under them lights. Oh my God.
Is that normal?
Is it normal?
To not have the same blood type as your mother?
I don't know.
Because
you said that like it was like a big deal. And I was like, I feel like,
or maybe she didn't have a compatible blood type with her brother.
We got two different blood types, and that's what they said. That's how it happened.
Because it's like
her liver was like,
bro, what are you doing? I'm looking for A positive, and you are giving me B negative.
You see, motherfuckers?
I need you to be giving maximum effort and be positive. That's all I ask from you. Mm-hmm. You out here being negative.
I forget what mine's. I think mine's O positive. She got B, I think. Yeah, she wasn't having it when she was born.
No, O negative is the universal donor.
Yeah, mine's ain't. I think I can only get blood from my mom.
O positive is all the Jesus Christ. You pay lots of guap for giving up this blood.
Really? I can make a lot of money off my blood.
More
I don't
than
want to be
most
one of
people.
them fucking crackheads sitting out there in front of the plasma center waiting for $25. Let me not say that. I don't want to do that.
You're not getting $25. You getting more than that.
With my old positive blood.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't have anything else for the show.
Me either. Look at that.
Old Petey.
All right, well, you gonna
do that thing.
Thank you for telling me. I was definitely gonna forget.
Do that thing.